Hey, 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 garage people. Welcome back to my girlfriend's garage. Got you up on the stand right now because, wow, it is a few days into the new year. It's Christmas again for me. I got a box here from Summit. It's not the massive stash of parts that the camera and tripod are currently sitting on, but it is a lot of the parts that I'm going to be using that will go into my engine block when I get that situated there. So haven't done too much work today. It's a Saturday, so the girlfriend and I have been being lazy all day. But I got out here and I was going to do a little unboxing session and pull out the goodies that are in this box, and then use a couple of them to do a little bit of research. Well, not research, but a little bit of data gathering, I guess, and see about what rough, well, I'm only going to measure a couple, probably 1 or 2, 3, something like that, I don't know. But I've got my original pistons here, and I'm going to check what the ring gap was in the stock block with these pistons. Considering I have new rings, I'm going to take off all of these and I'll just make sure I know which is which so that I can test fit a couple of them. But then after that, they will be getting recycled and my new rings will be getting file fit and then to this new block, which it will be something that I was planning on recording as well, probably in a hyperlapse, because that'll take a little while and I don't think I'm going to do that tonight. But you never know. So, got some Tony Angelo, shout out, stay tuned, you guys should check that out if you're interested in some cool car related stuff. He's working on a C5 Corvette with a 6-liter in it right now, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to leave that out in the background and we'll pop this box open, set aside the stuff that I'm not using. We'll get one of the things in there is a piston ring remover tool, or remover installer tool. So we'll get that out. And we'll pop the piston rings off these old pistons and then check a couple of them to see what the gaps look like. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Come along with me for the ride. Alright.
So the whole transmission is going to rock when you're hammering on it. It feels like it's going to jump out of the park. Plus it's rubber, so it moves around anyway. Ditch that with a much stiffer 2-pin unit, 2 bolts on it, so it can't rotate. It's going to lock the whole thing. So we're taking out the lower end first, then we jack the transmission off. Once those 2 bolts are off, have a button, that's you, Barb. Bring in a jack from the side, I think, and got like a piece of 2x4 and then jack it up. And jack it up until the transmission touches the floor. So that's it. Keep going. Keep going. Go. 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 Stop. Keep going. One more? Alright, we're done. That is up there. Okay. So now you're going to come through. Take out these 2 nuts. And both of them on the car. Yeah, so both of them are both loose. These are right up under the Sam's axle.
Alright folks, got some good stuff here. We've got two oil changes worth, so it'll be the initial run-in with the new bearings, and then cam and stuff, rings, and then the first 400-ish miles on this change. So we got new oil new oil in a filter, second oil change in a filter, and then the new filter for after that, which I'll just get oil at O'Reilly's or something. But these are the good filters, these K&N HP 1007s. If you've got an LS motor, they'll work for all of those with the threads. They'll probably work for a lot of other stuff. But these Engine Masters tested them, and these are the best filters. They filter to a better or a smaller amount or a smaller size than other filters, but they also flow better. So yeah, they're the ones to go for. I think these were like 16 or 15 bucks a piece, or 14 or something like that. And I think at O'Reilly's they're like 17 or so. So yeah, we got oil, which is good. We got some new front and rear sway bar end links, which is great to replace. Let's see here. So for comparison, we got old and we got new. So yeah, that'll be good. We've got instructions on the back for how to set them, which I mean pretty straightforward. I kept this one around because they're all the same length as this one, so we'll just set them the same and go from there. Chop off the end of the bolt if need be, but it's looking like it's going to be perfect. So hold on to this, but these should be money. Oh, excuse me. Bless you. Thank you. We've got two factory GM bump stops for the rear, and these are like a bonded foam, which is going to be perfect. I think I might try to spray paint them black just so they blend in a little, but these are going to be so much softer for going over like railroad tracks and things like that. That'll be awesome. We've got our, excuse me, plastic gauge. Oh man, must be something in the air. We've got our plastic gauge here for when we assemble that bottom end, so we can check the clearances that we got here. I got two sets of all of them. We got the red, which is 2 to 6 thousandths. We got the green, which is 1 to 3 thousandths. So we got two sets too. So I'll test some rods and some mains just to make sure we're all good there. So that's cool. That's all that aside. This is one of my tools that I got in this shipment. It's just a piston ring pliers. It's like $4.99 or something like that, but it's gonna make quick work of those piston rings, which the old ones, whatever, you get them off however, but the new ones you gotta be careful with, so that'll come in handy for these, or this will come in handy for that. Let's see, here is my Proform. Or actually, no, is this just the Summit brand one? Yes, I think so. It is not. This is not not an electric one. It's a manual hand crank piston ring filer, which was a cool little tool to have. This one was like $20, $25 maybe. So I just went ahead and got it. Oh, it is a Proform tool. Cool. So you got this little sanding disc here. You can see that. That fits in here. And then there's a little hand crank that I have to assemble that you then crank, and you can file down your piston ring end gap on this flat surface here to exactly what you want. So that'll be a good thing. Set that up shortly. Then the rest of these nice happy boxes are, let's see, these are rod bearings. Box of rod bearings. These are cam bearings. Yes, rod bearings, cam bearings, piston rings, and main bearings. So that's pretty cool. All good stuff. Not exactly cheap, but not exactly breaking the bank either. I mean, when you're already into stuff this far, it just goes with the territory, so at this point it is what it is, right? Alright, well, I am going to get my workspace cleaned off here, but I will bring you guys back when I've got a piston out, and we will measure some end gap on cylinder number 1 here, and take the rings off of the old pistons. So yeah, come right back. Well, hey guys. Got my bench cleaned off. Got some Stay Tuned playing in the background. I've got piston and rod assembly number 1 right here. So that, plus my little piston ring tool, plus my feeler gauge. We'll get these things off here real quick, and we'll check them. Ring 1. And these ones I don't need to check, but I'm going to take them off right now because I just got the tool right here. Where's the end gap for the oil control top ring? I mean, you probably don't even need the tool. There it is. That's a flimsy. There. It's just that easy with the right tools, folks. So it makes all the difference in getting these bad boys off. So I got the dot on them. At least that one does. Dot goes up. That's the second one. So I know the other ones are all marked, so I'm not too worried. But yeah, we're gonna use this. Step over here. We'll use this as a little tool. Square this. How about that? 15 thousandths, 0.015 inch, or 0.381 millimeters. Let's see. It is definitely bigger than that, which is good because that's not very big. So we'll keep going. We'll go 16. 406. Shout out Montana, 0.406 millimeters. She goes through there. With 1.7. Yeah. So her, but she goes. 0.18. Oh, 0.18, sorry. 18 thousandths. Yeah, barely. 19 thousandths. Dang, Tony is doing some serious drifting in that Corvette. Ooh, that's pretty snug. That is very snug. So we're going to try 20 just for the fun of it. Ooh, 20 goes, but not all the way. Alright, so 21. Okay, it's definitely smaller than 21. It is 20 was very tight. Oh, it fits, but not all the way. So it's not 20 all the way. 19. Okay, yeah, 19 fits. So it is somewhere between these two thicknesses, probably closer to 20 thousandths here. So if you see that, there, right about there. So that was the top ring on piston 1. Set that here. Pull that out. We will drop in the second ring. Square that up with our handy piston here. They make tools to do this, but like, really? Yeah. Got our tool back here. Try 19. Oh yeah, try 20. Yes. Second ring end gap is definitely bigger, which is not usually the case. I don't really remember. Anyone can chime in if you know what's what. Let's see if she'll pass through at 23,000. Yep. So then we have, I think my biggest one is a 25 now, or do I have some bigger ones than that on this top end here? Let's see. Yep, I got 25 right there. And it's 24, so we'll see if 25 goes. Which if it does, I mean, I'm replacing these anyway, but it'd be kind of funny because 25, obviously this one was too tight, so that one would have to get filed regardless. But 25 is what I'm going to set everything to for when we start running giggle juice through this engine. Oh, that is like right at 25. Huh. Interesting. It's right at 25. Cool stuff. That was the girlfriend. She just opened the door. We have not introduced her yet. Maybe. Soon. But we could start adding these together if we want to actually figure out what the gap is.
Literally screaming in the car.
So I could take off.
It's been a long time since I've been out here with a bunch of other drivers.
Let's see, if I wanted to go to 27, that would be a 17 and a 10.
So, yes, I was like a pro driver many years ago.
I could try that, I suppose.
Like my heart was pounding, and I can't get a solo run out there, so I just jumped in behind a Z, the car untested, whatever. It was kind of high stakes. Throw it in, immediately like toss it, see how it goes sideways, see how the power picks up, see how the angle is. Car felt so good. So I was like, after 2 turns, I was like pulling. I'm like, felt back in the groove, felt killer, was able to drive pretty hard, and was screaming, I can't believe it, how good the car works, you know, basically right out of the box and how we had it set up. It's amazing. I'm not gonna make any changes to it all day. I got to run 2 or 3 more times. It's getting a little warm, so I had to cool it off. And we did run through a whole set of tires. They're absolutely murdered, but I'm having a blast. Corvettes are straight up cheat codes for drifting. This is
17.
a stocky-ish car, you know, power-wise.
This is 27.
And some knuckles and coilovers and handbrake and some safety gear. It's unbelievable. I'm having a blast. This has been so rad. I can't wait to get back out there. This thing pours off smoke. The tune is killer. You know, this is wicked.
That's real tight.
We're about to jump into session 2.
So I think it's about 26, which is good to know. Interesting. I didn't really need to know, but I just wanted to. So we'll try 17.
It was like everything we're doing
Maybe a
there.
10 and a 16 since we got this out.
The cars weren't that fun. Everything was just dead serious. I'd gone to Japan in 2009 and seen what I found with missile cars, like fun practice cars that dudes getting really good by just slamming into each other, testing the limits, and not caring about the cars. So we came back and in 2012. We started this ridiculous kind of joke gang that has gone on for 10 years now called the Blood Matches. We made a video in our muscle cars and went pretty insane for 2012. And these guys have kept it up, kept driving, kept getting better. So we're trying to find some of those guys, jump in what they call tandem into the group.
That's why.
And see if we can just have a blast and try to keep up with them. All right, Zach's here. He's gonna jump in for a ride. Still gonna jump
sitting
in.
over there.
We're gonna see how it goes.
That should not be 17. There we go. Yeah, all right. So that bottom ring is between, it's right about 26. So interesting, good to know. That means these ones are pretty close. They haven't worn a bunch, but they have worn some. But regardless, I'm gonna put new ones in because I'm gonna hone it. And then all the new ones will get sized with my little ring filer to 25, which I believe that is the biggest single, let's see. 9 under that one, yes I think it's 12, 16, 15, 17. Alright, so put this little bowie back together. And yeah, I got a 25 thou feeler right here, so that's perfect. Everything's gonna get set to this. This will be like my go, no go, so it'll fit through this or just a little bit wider, and I'm gonna call it good. So that's cool. You know, while I got this here, I think I'll set you guys on a hyper, and I'm gonna go and test a couple more of these and see what they come out to. But in the process of that, I'll pull off all the old rings, and then I'll check a couple of them just to confirm that they're all relatively okay. And yeah, then that'll be done with the pistons, and we can put them in the box with the other engine parts. So I'll set you guys up on the stand, and we'll do a little bit of quick time. Peace. Alright, guys and gals. Yeah, look at that. So, all my pistons are now unwed, aka they're all ringless. 1 through 8 laying here, all stripped down. Old rings are now in the recycling bin. And I measured all of the rings on the even side of the cylinders, the odd side, sorry, 1, 3, 5, and 7, just because I didn't feel like rotating the motor over. And I don't really care because my new ones will be getting all file fit, custom fit, and labeled anyway. But it was good to see. The top rings were all tighter than the second. And the top rings, the tightest one was pretty snug. I think it was in between 16 and 17 thousandths. And the loosest one was about 20 or so, maybe 20, in between 20 and 21. And the tops were, I think the tightest one was about 20 or a little over maybe, and a little under, I don't know, somewhere in there. And the loosest one was just a hair over 25. So a little bit of variation, but nothing crazy. And the motor was running great, so no worries. But that being said, these rings in here, in this box, are gonna get gapped to go with this nitrous right here. So they are all gonna get gapped to 25 thousandths with this ring gap filer, because I do not want any meltdowns once I get the bottle going to this engine. So better safe than sorry. I'm gonna gap them like I want, and I'm gonna sleep well at night. So I'm really happy to see how that all came out actually. So yeah, good stuff. I think that does it for me today, folks. I'm gonna go and get some dinner inside and get these things put away, and yeah, good stuff. I'm glad my Summit package came and I could get those pistons pulled apart. I think if I start doing work tomorrow, I might start filing rings, or I might, well, I got to clean the radiator at some point as well, so just with the vacuum and the air compressor, so that's easy. And then I might keep pulling carpet out of here, and then start with the Dynamat too. So, got a lot of options. Good stuff. Come back at you tomorrow. Oh, also, check out my short. Posted a short about ring gap for nitrous. I think I already know what I'm going to do, as do you guys, but shorts seem to be good for engagement, so maybe I can stir up some questions or whatever. So yeah, we'll post that. Nitrous ring gap for LS motors, and yeah, we'll gap my rings later. Sweet. See ya!